It's about noon, maybe a little after on Wednesday, and I'm taking a different route in to try and get to the boat. It's a lot of water up here. I don't know how far down this road I'm going to get. In a video I made a while back, I think it was kind of a few hours ago, I tried to take the front side in, but they had a bayou get out of its banks and flooded part of the southern part of the city, so we couldn't get in. And now I'm gonna try approaching it from due north, and we'll see. Now this is after Hurricane Isidore and Lily, the couple that came back to back some years ago. This is the only way I could get in. Katrina, by the time I was able to get down here, the water had already receded quite a bit, even though the city flooded during that event as well. Just gonna wait and see. I'll let you know when we get there. Coast Guard's in full swing, and now we're going to see why we carry the Jeep on the roof. Excuse me. Why we carry the kayak on the roof of the Jeep. It's flooded. We're about, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile away from the boat. So I'm going to take it off and drag it down there and get set up. I'll be back. Alright, I'm out here on the bayou, and I don't know if you can tell between those boats. Those boats are sitting 5 or 6 feet higher than they're supposed to. The docks are completely underwater. Oops, sorry about that. Docks are completely underwater. And where I'm going, I don't know if you can see that blue building over there. That's where I'm headed. And I'm in the kayak. So this is my marina. And the bayou actually turns and goes that way. But what I'm going to be doing is just basically kayaking right down the road. You can see the street sign right over there. So let me get to, yeah, you might be able to see the road underneath there. And it is just extremely difficult to paddle and film at the same time. Whew, sorry. But yeah, you can see the roads under there. This is kind of the side. And there's a bunch of the boats, and you can see how high they are. Let me get over there and I'll try. All right, there's the marina. Well, there's Mobina still floating, filthy as all get out. Poor thing, but she's still in her slip, and that is real good news. Floating high like a duck, and the wind is pushing me over here. You can hear a Coast Guard chopper cruising by, Coast Guard Dauphine. But not everybody fared so well. My next door neighbor, that's down, that's done. That's a darn shame. And that dock is about 3 feet. The water right now is probably up a total of 5 or 6, maybe a little more feet. But except for being real dirty, she's in good shape. Looks like my awning might need a little sewing after this, but I can give it a bath, which is what I'm getting now because it's pouring now. All right, well, I got about a mile to paddle to get back, so good news. Excellent. See you in a bit. You can see those guys there. Then the sheriff's department is over here launching their boat. Of course, the funny thing about it is that's the launching ramp. The bayou's on the other side of that tree right there, where that boat's in the water now. So, but Isaac has moved the boat ramp up a little bit, and the water, it runs down this road, and down there on the corner is where the Jeep is, about 3/4 of a mile. So let me get going. And there's a deputy there. That's where my car is about just a few 100 feet or so behind that deputy. Well, let me get this thing back on the roof of the Jeep and we'll be in good shape. Well, you see down in the corner, around the corner where I just came, the people are coming down off a different street, and there's more than just me here, and these guys have done a phenomenal job. You know, it's what's great about working with a good sheriff's department. Just doing what's got to get done. All right, well, I'm going to load this thing back up on the roof of the Jeep, and we'll head back to the homestead. They're gonna go looking for people back there? Hoo-ha! I gotta get me one of those. Well, well, all right, that worked. That was good news. Yeah, driving with the thing again, but you know, hey, deal with it. Whew. Well, nothing quite as invigorating as a quickie paddle. I guess that was probably a mile and a half each way. No big deal. But the boat, she's still afloating. She's dirty and she's a little beaten, but that's nice. I think this is going to be actually the first time I've ever showed her on camera, mostly because of this little guy. It's waterproof. Yay, Kodak. Tired. Yeah, and you saw some of the National Guard high water vehicles going in. There's still a lot of neighborhoods and homes up and down that bayou, and they're gonna run in there and make sure that there's nobody in there who wants to get out. And those things there can drive in 5, maybe even 6 feet of water. They got snorkels on them. Those drivers can be up there in the cabin, their knees, and the things still drive. They're so cool. But yeah, that was the good news for the day. Is at least to this point, we haven't suffered any catastrophic losses. Just an inconvenience, and don't want to make light of it because there's people out there that are getting hurt. There's no doubt about it. You saw some of the video earlier, and I don't know if that water's coming down yet. This water is actually coming down. The storm has finally gotten far enough north where the winds are shifting, and the lake is finally draining back out into the Gulf. In fact, that water we were just in, the difference between when I put the kayak in the water and took it back out was probably 6 or 7 inches, and I was only in the water for maybe a couple hours, an hour, heck, I don't know. I wasn't really looking at my watch, but it wasn't all that long. So I mean, it's definitely going away. So things will slowly get back to normal, and there's fleets up here on the other on the way back to the house. I have to go by the mall, and when I went by the first time, there was just literally fleets of you know, the bucket trucks from all over the South, which is cool. All these companies get together. When one area gets hurt, they all come and help. So in fact, it was actually kind of cool. When I went by, I saw a bunch of trucks like that one right there. You see on the other side of that, these bucket trucks, and they were actually fueling from a tanker truck. They had set up a little a gas station, if you will, for them, and they were getting them all fueled up. As I may have mentioned in another video, they are not allowed to go out and get up into the trees and wires and everything until the sustained winds, and I think it's the gusts actually, are below 30 miles an hour. 35 in some cases. Yeah, I'll keep my fingers out of the lens. It's hard to do this. Hey, there's somebody else in the canoe. Hey. So we had to wait pretty much a full 24 hours for the storm to go by, and then had to wait for the winds to abate enough where the crews could safely get up in the bucket trucks and the trees and the wires. So that's happening now. So with any luck, power will be back. And you know, hey, are we ready for power to come back? Yeah, of course. You know, but are we gonna, you know, die if it doesn't? No. You know, we're kind of ready for not having power. You know, it's something we prepare for. It's just part of living here. You know, good food, crawfish, boudin, hurricanes, and no electricity. Welcome to Louisiana, right? You know, it's just the way it is. And those who don't, you know, I have to admit, I just don't understand it. I really don't. So, we're fine. You know, a little bored. There's a lot of things we can't do. But, in fact, here's the mall I was telling you about. And seeing how I'm just babbling into the camera while I'm stopped. Yeah, you gotta treat dead stoplights just as if they were stop signs. So any young people, there's still a bunch of them in there. I don't know how well you can see them. I'll try and keep it on while I stop at this stoplight, but there's a whole gaggle of them. They're all staging and getting ready. Oh and yeah, the fuel truck is still there. I'll show you this. It's kind of cool. Yeah, there's the fuel truck, and they just got they got a van around it now, but they had a whole bunch of those trucks around it earlier. And then you can see off in the distance the Asplin trucks. There must be 40 of them in there. Those are all about the tree guys, if you aren't familiar with those orange trucks. There's probably 40, 45 of them over there in their crews, all just waiting to get going. Alright, well, I gotta get on the freeway, and I'm certainly not gonna run the camera while I'm on the freeway. That's just too dangerous. So, we'll see y'all in a bit.